Hello and welcome to day 27 of my Just Ship It challenge. And a disclaimer at the very beginning, today will be a very short session because I'm not super productive on streams. So I could actually work with you, but I'm not super productive. I get very easily distracted. And somehow, day 27 means I feel like I should really make progress. I also told you about my second early adopter, and so I want to start working with that person. And actually, we arranged a meeting for Thursday. Probably I haven't replied yet, but probably Thursday. And so I really want to have the tool ready by then, also with the third perspective. And in general, I want to ship it, right? I want to ship it in 30 days. So I can't do today very long here. But yeah, I'm in the middle of actually implementing the size perspective, the third perspective. After that, it's done. So I started actually thinking about the next iteration, right? So I think I'm now sort of, after this, done with what I wanted to have for the launch. And so I actually made a list of what I have to do until the launch. So I want to improve the website so that I feel okay to show it to the world, right? It's not in that state yet. I want to have all the three perspectives there. And I want to have the blog post ready because somehow this goes with the launch. I mean, well, yeah, soft launch, right? So yeah, this is what I want to have ready for the tool, and obviously the mailing list. Right now I just have like my email there, and people find me apparently. So just by having this website last time, I got this early adopter. So if they want to reach me, it seems like they can find me. But still, yeah, it would be, sorry, I'm a little bit distracted, something was blimping. It would be better to easier find me, right? Because it could be that people are not finding me. So anyway, but so these are the things that I want to do until the end of this month. And then it's sort of done, right? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 days. That's not a lot. I should be able to do it, but then I want to, clean up the tool and make it even nicer, and maybe do a little bit more on the visualization side, because right now I was really prototyping. And after that, I will have a huge refactoring actually, because now I know what the tool will look like, and I really want to make a nice architecture and also, prepare it to be long lived. Because right now it's a prototype and everything is a little bit hacked, especially on the front end. And so I have to work. I already did it, but I want to really work on making it more maintainable, more modular, so that I will have a nice time enhancing the tool, because this is what I want to do over the next year, right? Enhancing it and making it really cool. And then after that, the next big first thing will be that it's self-serving, because right now it's not completely self-serving. So if people want to get access, like my Peter user, it's a little bit of back and forth, right? It's because they have to run the miner on their side and then send me the data, which is not a very frictionless process, as you can imagine. But I have to change the authentication for that, and I just didn't want to spend time doing it. I cannot really say how fast I will be. Probably it will take me 2 days, to figure it out. But yeah, this is probably something that I want to do. I found it more important right now with this early adopter that I really have something for that person that they can use and see and experiment with. And so I found these 2 days. I mean, maybe it's even pessimistic view. I don't know, right? But you know how it is. Like it seems easy and then it takes longer. I found those 2 days too expensive, especially because the early adopter agreed to that a little bit more cumbersome process. But obviously, it's not something that I can leave that way. Yeah, so that's it. Today, I was thinking a lot about prioritization. Again, this is extremely important for me as a solopreneur, with a lot of my plate on my plate. Thinking about what is really important and what's not important. the interesting thing is that I don't normally have like real to-do lists. Like my husband is a great to-doist person, right? So he uses the app Todoist, and I think you can even level up, and he's some major gigantic Todoist person. I don't know, like some awards or something. And I'm completely the opposite. I'm super disorganized somehow when it comes to my to-dos. I mean, this is my to-dos, right? I like pen and paper, and I'm writing on all the sides and everywhere, and then I actually have like I don't know if you've seen, I think I showed it on the stream. I actually have like notepad plus plus, where I also leave important notes, and so those are my two ways of organizing my to-dos. But somehow I really think it helps me prioritize, because the things that are really important, they're bubbling up always all over the time, right? And so if I would have them all on my, so whenever I try, sometimes I try, because he said like, why are you not using a nice list, and why do you don't have everything there? But then I'm creating this gigantic list because I always want to do much more than I actually can do, and much more than I should do. And so I have this really enormous list, and I feel really bad because I never finish them, right? Sometimes I look at my thing, and the items are there, and they are there forever, like a year, and this makes me very depressed. But in fact is that those items are just not important enough. And so having this a little bit more disorganized process, I think, works very well for me, because the important things, they stay on top of my mind. I sometimes write them on piece of paper every day. They're staying with me, but at one point they will get done, right? Yeah, I don't know. This is what works for me. But today I was thinking a lot about prioritization, and how can we actually judge, what's important and what's not important. And today I made actually another list. Okay, I have also a notebook. I have a lot of lists. And I was thinking like how to grow my podcast, and this is what I wrote down. And so I was thinking not only what things I could do, I have a couple of things, how to grow actually my podcast and make it better. But I was also writing down for each of these actions how long it takes, right? How time intense the actions are, and the impact that it will have. And very often for some of the things we don't know the impact, right? So for example, for my podcast, what I really want to do is I want to capture each episode in a blog post. But this is very time intense. And then I don't know exactly what the impact will be. From experience, I know, because I get SEO, right? If you do it right, you get SEO. That over time this will really pay off. But I don't know exactly how much, right? I don't have any numbers for it. But then there are a few things that I don't have any experience with. And so I don't know if they are even, I could maybe imagine how long it takes, but I don't know exactly what will be the return of investment for those things. And I think especially with those, it's really hard to prioritize them. Like, am I really missing out on something? A very simple example here is that my podcast is not on all podcasting platforms, I think. And so it's a one-off time that I would have to invest, probably, I don't know, again, a day, I guess a day, or half a day, something like that, a couple of hours, right? I would sit down and read through all the text of all these different podcasting platforms that there are, and there are really a lot, and then sign the consent form. Maybe that's also why I haven't done it yet. Like, I have to read all this legal text everywhere, or not read it and decide that I didn't read it. And I don't know exactly, what's the impact. Will this be a huge impact? Will it help me a lot? And so because I'm really inexperienced in that, it's really hard to make a good prioritization. So for me, I haven't done it yet, because I expect probably that it's not super helpful, that the biggest, I'm on Apple, Spotify, right? And then I think 4 others or something like that. And that's it. But there are like at least 15 or 20 other podcasting platforms. Anyway, I was thinking about this. This is one of the things that I was thinking. And had a couple of strange had a very strange thing happening today. And it makes me wonder, like, I'm a very extremely direct person, I think. And I try to be very honest and authentic with people. But I don't feel, maybe it's a cultural thing, I don't know. I don't think that it's always, appreciated. I'm probably also not a very good salesperson. My old problem that I discussed quite a bit with you before. So whenever people ask me, like, should you do this, or if I have a favor to ask, I don't know, not a favor, but like if we want to have a business arrangement and you ask me for something, I expect you to be extremely direct, and I'm direct as well. And I say, well, I have to offer this, and I give you that, and then we decide whether or not it makes sense or it doesn't make sense, right? But if it doesn't make sense, then just say it doesn't make sense. It makes no sense, and I say okay, and that's it. But I'm not really good with like hints or something. Like, yeah, it's really hard for me to decipher it, to know, is it okay what I offer, or is it not okay what I offer? I have to think a little bit about that. Also to how to improve on my side, to be either I should be even more direct, like really saying, I really have no idea what you're talking about, or to be less direct and learn more to decipher what people, I don't know which direction to go. Maybe I cannot even, maybe it's something that I have only limited ability to change. I have no idea. Anyway, this is it for today. As I said, I don't want to spend too much on the stream. I'm gonna build my tool. I'm gonna implement the last size perspective, and yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon tomorrow. Bye bye.